Donald Trump may be trying to beef up his foreign policy chops. The presumptive GOP nominee met with former Secretary of State Henry Kissinger as he works to unite the party behind his campaign. The meeting comes a day after Trump raised eyebrows by saying that he would, quote, have no problem meeting with North Korean leader Kim Jong Un. Trump's proposals and comments have left many asking what a President Trump's foreign policy would look like. Christopher Hill is a former U.S. ambassador to Iraq and the author of the book Outpost, A Diplomat at Work. Ambassador Hill, thank you for joining us. You're in Denver. I want to ask you about Henry Kissinger. He's kind of controversial in the foreign policy world to some people, but what does it say that Trump wanted to meet with him? Do you give him any credit for that?
Well, you know, he seems to be lurching around from day to day. I'm not sure he really knows what he wants to do, but certainly if you want a good briefing on what's going on in the world, you should go to Henry Kissinger, and I guess that's what he's done. I'm not sure it helps him too much with the right wing of the Republican Party. That is, as you point out, Kissinger has been rather controversial with them, but you know, who knows what Donald Trump is thinking from day to day.
You know, he also met with former Secretary of State James Baker, who's been pretty vocal critic on some of Trump's policies. Do you give him points for meeting with Baker, somebody who isn't necessarily supportive of him?
I have to assume that somebody told him you really need to meet some of these former secretaries of state if you have any chance of blunting the message from Hillary Clinton that she really understands the world. So I think he's taking some guidance on that, and obviously going to someone like James Baker and Henry Kissinger. I mean, these are two very, very sane and and very you know, respectable foreign policy leaders. The real question is, what does Donald Trump think? And he's still talking kind of weird stuff about North Korea and everything else.
Speaking of weird stuff and Hillary Clinton, one of her top foreign policy advisors, Jake Sullivan, came out this week saying that Donald Trump is tremendously dangerous risk and oscillates wildly on his basic beliefs. Do you think the Democrats have something on that when it comes to Trump's foreign policy?
Yeah, I think it's very clear that he has spent extremely little time understanding this. He certainly hasn't cracked a book. I doubt he's tuned into CBS News anytime lately. I mean, he just does not understand this stuff. And the fact of the matter is, I mean, to delve into complex subjects like North Korea, I spent a lot of time dealing on North Korea. You don't just handle that in a soundbite. And then to say China just kind of should solve it all, like he's negotiating for a building and saying so-and-so should build the infrastructure around the building. I just have the impression he honestly does not have a clue about this.
Does that give you any pause? Because as you mentioned, you dealt heavily with North Korea. This was a huge issue for you. Do you have concerns that he said that he will meet with North Korean leader Kim Jong Un?
Yeah, that would be a terrible message. I mean, frankly, the only person who's really met with Kim Jong Un is Dennis Rodman. So if he wants to put himself in that category, I guess he can do that. But it's not a serious approach. And he has this notion that one could just kind of talk one's way to solving problems. These problems have been around for decades, and there's a reason they've been around for decades. And the idea that he can somehow, you know, manage this as you would some kind of afternoon business deal is simply preposterous. And it just speaks to the fact he has it's not that he doesn't understand the issues, which he doesn't. He has absolutely no feel for any of these issues. So I'm with Jake Sullivan. I find it utterly frightening.
All right. Well, from a man who really knows a great deal from the Middle East to Asia and Europe, Ambassador Christopher Hill, thank you so much for your time.